Oh, you pooch.
Good to see you.
I'm in charge of over 50 yakkers, damn it. I can't be held responsible for every new hewer. Every gaffer recruits his own crew and hews virgin veins. Paul's son is out there without fixing props.
I don't have time to discuss it with Paul. You'll be watching it from now on, all right? Or I'll have to find another fet.
You can't just sack me, Stuart. I got this job from Ulrich von Neuhaus.
But I can make sure he knows how you run the place. That's the 5th yucca who got scrushed in here.
This is some jiggery-pokery.
Be quiet. And now clear off. Do you need something?
You're a Christian of Pisek?
I am. What do you need?
Kunzlin Ruthard sent me. About Via Argentum.
I see. But I'm afraid I don't have good news for Sir Kunzling. I haven't made much progress regarding the matter we discussed. I just don't have the time to investigate. I'm always needed somewhere, and there's always someone following me around.
Well, that's why I'm here. I'll help you with your investigation.
Excellent. You'd be pulling a thorn from my side. What's your name?
Henry.
All right. Listen up, Henry. Nobody can know I'm looking into it. It's a very dangerous game, but hopefully I don't need to tell you that.
Lord Ruthard mentioned something of the sort.
Excellent. Excellent! You don't happen to come from a family of miners or smelters, do you?
My father was a blacksmith.
It's a fine craft. But it won't teach you much about silver mining and processing. I'll be happy to tell you everything you need to know. Now, follow me, please. We need to talk somewhere in private.
silly doggy.
Where should I start looking?
Straight to the point. I like that. We know for a fact the silver must be getting lost somewhere on its way to the mint. That means it would be best to discreetly inspect all operations and find out where the problem is. First of all, you should ask miners from every shift how many corves they mine in a day. After that, we'll compare the numbers to the mine record books and see.
But the yields aren't the same every day, right?
True. That's why we have to focus on one particular day. For example, the other day, on the Feast of St. Petronilla, Foreman Fett was beaming and bragging to me about how much it helped. Mined out.
Won't they be suspicious if I ask those kind of questions?
Of course. You'll have to proceed with the utmost caution. Nevertheless, the miners are a strange bunch. They might not be very forthcoming at first, and they have an odd way of speaking. Like calling each other Sonny, however old they are. But you'll hear for yourself. You should pretend to be really interested in them, and maybe they'll open up to you. You could be a scholar writing a treatise on silver mining. Or perhaps a nobleman interested in buying a mine. Or just say I'm your distant uncle who's initiating you into the ins and outs of my job. It's up to you.
I reckon I could pose as a curious scholar.
Suit yourself. Just don't change your story so you don't arouse suspicion. But to the point, each day 3 shifts work in the shaft. Each has its foreman, or gaffer, as they say. The first shift is led by Frank, the second by Paul, and the third by Samko. You'll have to ask each one of them how many corves they mine. Samko's hewers should be off work now. You'll find the other 2 shifts in the mine. Take this, so the guards will let you in. It's a letter of safe conduct bearing my seal, allowing you free movement within the mine.
And what are you going to do?
I'll return to the estate to do my job. What else? I reckon they must be wondering where I am by now. Once you find out how many corves the 3 shifts mined on the Feast of St. Petronilla, return to me. We'll compare that number to the entry in the mine book. And don't forget, don't draw attention.
By the way, I've had the honor of meeting your brother, Peter.
Well, well. Small world.
He was a great help to us at Sukhdol.
Even though we had some disagreements, I respect him for everything he succeeded in doing. If it weren't for him, I'd never have been able to do what I do.
Who owns the silver that's mined here?
All the silver in the Kingdom of Bohemia belongs to the king, whether it's above ground or still below it. Though I'm sure you understand, the king has a lot on his mind, and he can't be expected to worry about mining, so he leases out the mining rights to his tenants. It's called the Burgergal. There's a lot of money in it. The tenants have to pay the king, and the king also receives a share of the pure silver from the smelting works. That's the royal tithe.
What is this path of silver, anyway?
It's the whole process, from digging the silver ore out of the ground and processing it, to minting silver coins. Silver is found in ore veins underground. The pitmen mine it and get it to the surface. The chief foreman of a gallery counts the corves, and the assayer estimates the purchase price of the ore for the smelter. The raw ore goes to the smelter, where it's crushed in a stamp mill before it can be purified by roasting. Roasted ore goes to the furnaces, where it's smelted into raw and then pure silver. Silver is then cast into rods about as thick as your little finger.
Can any silver get lost?
It can. And unfortunately, it does happen. It may be a capital offence, but even that won't deter everyone. Most often, a pitman tries to smuggle pieces of ore under his clothes. It doesn't end well. Nevertheless, the entire path of the silver, from the ore beneath the ground to minted coins, is closely guarded. Every step is recorded in the books, so if someone is stealing large quantities, they must have it pretty damn well figured out.
Who checks the royal share?
The royal mint master and his subordinates are responsible for collecting the royal share. That also means me and the shaft foreman. That is why every step of the path of silver is monitored and recorded, starting with how much ore is mined. The smelting works owners don't have to be monitored as closely, since they buy the ore from us. It's in their best interest to get the highest possible yield after deducting the royal share.
Who makes money from all this?
The thing is, everyone does. Pitmen get paid for mining in the shaft. Mine operators get paid for raw ore. The smelters then smelt everything, sell the pure silver, and deduct the raw tithe. The silver rubs off on the hands of anyone who even touches it. But there's still enough left over for the king.
Who owns the mines?
The king grants mining rights to his loyal subjects, and these leaseholders can rent out their privileges to other people. All sorts of people operate mines in Kuttenberg. Nobility, rich burghers, even the monastery. In fact, anyone with enough money to pay for new shafts to be dug can share in the proceeds.
Who's responsible for the mines?
The mines and the mint are supervised directly by the royal mint master, Ulrich Vervark von Neuhaus. As the steward, I'm his direct subordinate. I oversee that everything runs smoothly on his behalf. Then come the chief foreman, then the other foreman, and finally the ordinary pitmen in the shafts. But I don't come in contact with them very often. We follow the path of silver until the moment an ore merchant buys the ore from us and takes it to a smelter.
How much do the mines pay to the king?
That depends on whether it's a royal mine or a mine in the hands of a mining guild, meaning the leaseholders.
I thought all mines were owned by the king.
That's right. But it's much more profitable for the king to grant mining rights to rich mine operators. They bear the cost of mining themselves and pay him a share. The king receives 1/3 of the profits from his own mines, but only 1/5 from the leaseholders. That's how he gets what's his from all the mining.
What about the other 2/3 of the profits from the king's mines?
Those go towards the costs, of course, for operations, wages, and shaft security.
Who's responsible for the smelting works?
They have their own owners. They buy ore from us and smelt it into pure silver. Then they deduct the royal tithe and they can sell the rest. And not just silver. Processing the ore yields a variety of other materials that can be sold just as well.
What happens in the smelting works?
Each smelting shop has a stamp mill, a roasting pit, and a smelting furnace. The stamp mill is used to crush the ore into smaller pieces to make it easier to process. After that, the crushed ore is roasted in a roasting pit to remove most of the impurities. Finally, everything is smelted in a furnace to separate the pure silver from the slag.
So it's processed similarly to steel for smithing?
Yes, but in steelmaking, you don't have to weigh and record every step thrice.
How are groschen made from the silver?
The royal share from the smelting works goes to the mint in the Italian court. There, the coiners hammer it out into silver sheets for cutting the coin blanks. Then, in the Italian court's preghouse, our minters cut out and punch new groschen.
How many mints are there in total?
Only the main one is left, the one in the Italian court. There used to be more of them throughout the kingdom, but King Wenceslas II united them all. It was he who contributed the most to the rise of the Prague groschen and the wealth of this region. And of course, his own wealth too.
Look, I just got back from gathering wood in the...
Are you Foreman Samco?
Aye, I am. And who's asking?
My name is Henry. Steward Christian sent me to you. I'm a student from Prague, and I'm writing a treatise on miners and mine operations.
Why should I care? Didn't you see we're off graft?
Sir Christian told me to ask about anything that interests me, and that you'll tell me.
Ah, Sonny, I'm so tired. I haven't even got the strength for gabbing. I wouldn't mind having a game of dice, but minus rules. Then I'll tell you everything. What'd you say?
All right, let's do it. I don't think I've played miners with a real miner before.
See? Kidder. There's a first time for everything. Let's crack on. Let the groschen roll.
Today's my lucky day. I can feel it in my bones.
Greetings. Good to see you, friend. Greetings.
Let it be now. I want to play too, you know. Damn it! Kurva!
Great game, Sonny.
Now will you tell me what I want to know?
Aye, ask away.
What is the work of a miner about?
Aye, that's a good question, Mara. Mostly about Alkin. Any yakker will tell you that. But proper rest is even more important than graft. You're as weak as a midgie without it.
So how do you rest?
Depends. Some have a kip, some a swally, some go whoring. As for me, I play dice.
How do you mine ore?
Either we're on hard rock, and then no one's hewing shit, or we're hewing something soft, and then it goes grand. Only then there's not much silver in the ore, and you've got to smelt the shit out of it.
How much do you make doing this?
Don't even get me started. The chink's bad, and it's getting worse. Half a groschen a cough is no.
How many cores did you mine on, say, the Feast of St. Petronilla?
I can tell you exactly. All the yakkers were working, and we were getting along nicely. We managed to hulk 34 corves without skimping on hame time. First time in ages, that was.
That's all I need to know.
If you need out else, feel free to drop by.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Foreman Frank?
What you looking for, Sonny? Can't you see we're hewing?
Sir Christian of Pisek sent me. I'm a student at the university in Prague. Henry. I'm writing a treatise on silver mining.
I didn't know you scribblers were interested in us ordinary yakkers, but you can't just amble around. You'll cap your creels.
Well, I just have a few questions.
The more we gab, the less we gar. But make it snappy, man. What do you want to know, like?
How exactly do you mine ore?
Bloody hell. Have you never seen a yakka graft, did ya? You take a kevel and ding away at the rock till it crumbles. And if you keep ganning at it for a couple of years, and don't croak from the stithe, then you'll keel over from exhaustion, or get scrushed by the ceiling of the road you're hewing.
How do you get the ore outside?
Same way it's hewed, in the dart and in coves. On top of that, you spend a lot of the bloody time on all fours. Once you get out by with the corf, you get a tally, and you can get back in by.
I wonder, how much do you mine in a day?
That depends on how much ore you howk out of this or that face. It varies.
How much did you mine, say, on the Feast of St. Petronilla?
Listen, kidder. Aren't you a bit too curious? Why do you need to know that for? Them numbers won't be useful to nobody.
What do you want in return for telling me? Is there anything I can do for you?
Well, there is summat you could do for us. Me and my crew have been howking away in this heat, and we're bloody parched. We could do with a proper bevy, but Foreman Fett got scunnered we were boozing in the shaft, so he locked it away in a chest on the bank, bringing enough ale for the whole crew. And I'll tell you how many corves it was.
I'll try to get you that beer.
You could try talking some sense into Fett. Maybe he'll listen to an outsider, and see that tormenting yakkers with thirst is inhuman.
Farewell, sir. I'm sorry.
Lord be with you.
Good day to you. Give my greetings to Christian, and don't forget a torch.
got the ale right here.
That's proper canny, manor. The lads will be chuffed.
Glad to hear it. Now tell me what I want to know.
The Feast of St. Petronilla, you see? Aye, that was a good bloody gar. We hewed no less than 36 corves, we did.
Thanks. What is the work of a miner?
What's it about? Bugger off. We gans through the roads, Bella.
How much do you get?
I'll tell you, man. Them deputies up at Bank make a howfin pile of chink. But us buggers, the ones doing all the graft, we earn a pittance.
Can you give me a more specific number?
Sometimes, not even half a grosh and a corf. That's near way to make a living, man. Take care.
Where can I find your foreman, Paul?
What you doing here, kidder? Who let you in, bay?
I've got a letter of safe conduct from Christian of Pisek. I'm a student from Prague. I'm trying to get to know the miner's life from up close and write a thesis on it.
Right? A thesis? Well, be damned.
I just need to ask your foreman a few things.
Our gaffer's gone down there to pray. I don't know if he'd be up for talking, but...
Why wouldn't he be in the mood for talking?
Young Jaybird, one of our marrows, got scrushed the other day. He hadn't even had a full week on the graft, poor lad. It happened the day before the feast of Saint Petronilla. You'll find Paul at the lowest level by the roof fall. He's praying for the salvation of his soul. You'll hear the wind howling in the adit down there. It can be heard as far as that cursed road. I hear it's haunted. Don't fret, but Saint Barbara look out for you. Take care, sir. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Are you Foreman Paul?
Hey! You walk like a ghost, kidder. You gave me a bit of a fright there. Hold on. I don't know ye. Who are you? And what are you doing so deep in the pit?
My name's Henry. Sir Christian sent me. I'm a student at the university in Prague, and I'm writing a thesis on the life and lot of miners. I hate to interrupt your prayers for a dead friend, but I need to ask you something.
He weren't just me marrow. He were my blood. I raised him from a nipper since my sister died. He kept begging me to take him on a shift, saying he was strong as a horse. Wouldn't have taken her like. And now, I can't forgive myself.
Come on, it wasn't your fault. Accidents happen. It's God's will.
I suppose you're right. Will ye pray with me for his soul one last time?
Aye. I'll pray with you.
You're a canny lad. Repeat after me. Almighty and merciful God, our Father, you are the giver of gold, silver, bronze, copper, tin,
Almighty and
iron,
merciful God,
and
our
all
Father,
ores and metals.
you are the giver
I ask
of
that
gold,
you bless me brother
silver,
who has died in this
bronze,
mine.
copper,
And may
tin,
your holy angels save his
iron,
soul from
and all
damnation.
ores and
Bring his
metals.
soul to
I ask
eternal
that you
glory
bless my
through our
brother
Lord,
who has
our
died in
Saviour
this
and
mine.
Redeemer, Jesus
May your
Christ.
holy angels save
Amen.
his soul from
The
damnation.
angel of the Lord declared
Bring his
unto
soul
Mary,
to eternal
and she
glory
conceived the Holy
through our
Spirit.
Lord, our
Hail Mary.
Saviour and
And
Redeemer,
Mary said,
Jesus
Behold,
Christ.
I am the handmaid
Amen.
of the Lord. Be it done unto me according to thy word. Hail Mary. And the word was made flesh, and dwelt among us. Hail Mary. Pray for us, O Holy Mother of God, that we may be made worthy of the promises of Christ. Pour forth, we beseech thee, O Lord, thy grace into our hearts, that we, to whom the incarnation of Christ, thy Son, was made known by the message of an angel, may by his passion and cross be brought to the glory of his resurrection. Through the same Christ our Lord. Amen.
So, are you going to answer me now?
Aye. Thanks for praying with me. Ask about out.
What is the work of a miner about?
What it's about? It's about hewing the face and hauling the ore to the bank in coves. Over and over again. Proper graft, that. Can be real dodgy, mind. Might even do you in.
Are deaths in the mine common?
Aye. But every death in the shaft is a waste. Whether it's in a crumple or black damp. Unfortunately, we still bury a yakker or two a month, you know. That's life like.
How is the ore mined?
First, we have to survey the shaft and find ore. Then the place gets scored and set ablaze. We set up timber around. The hewers take their tools and start dinging rock and hewing ore. Nothing to it.
How much do you make doing this?
Depends on how much we hawk. How hard the rock is, how much ore's in it. It's not really worth it, though. Half a grosh and a corf isn't much of a fight.
So how many corves did you mine, say, on the Feast of St. Petronilla?
That weren't a good day. Nobody was in the mood for ganning on after what happened to Jaybird. But even so, we managed to hawk 30 corves.
That's all I need to know.
Excuse me.
Good to see you.
God be with you. I already know how many corves the crews extracted on the Feast of St. Petronilla. It was 100 altogether.
I see. Meanwhile, I looked in the mine book. How many do you think it says there?
I'd say it's more.
Seriously? Why would anyone report more than they actually mined? The book lists 90 corves extracted. That means 10 corves of ore disappear each day. But nobody could just come along and take them. We keep a close watch on everything. The unreported corves must be going out to smelting works with the rest of the ore. That means...
What does it mean?
that this is fraud of colossal proportions, and that Foreman Fett and Herman the Alt Merchant are in it up to their ears.
What about Vavak?
I still think the trail will lead us to him, but we know too little so far. You need to talk to Fett and Herman first. Being involved in the theft of silver is a capital crime, so it should be in their own interest to cooperate. Make sure to promise them no one will know about their crime. You can mention my name. When you've talked to them, come back to me and we'll figure out what to do next.
A word, Foreman.
Who are you? And what do you want?
I'm Henry. But that's not important. Sir Christian sent me. I need to discuss a delicate matter with you.
Don't tell me one of the yakkers shat all over the outhouse in the yard again.
I'm afraid it's a little worse than that. We found some discrepancies in the mine book.
Let Sir Christian handle it then. They're his books, and his responsibility too.
Are you being cautious?
But you're the one counting the corves of ore.
Your point being?
I learned that the miners extracted no less than 100 corves on the Feast of St. Petronilla, but the mine book says 90.
Do you think the yakkers know how to count? They're blockheads, and they like to show off. I'm sure they just exaggerated. Anyway, what's it to you? Did the steward send you to snoop around? Don't you know? I work for Vavek, the mint master himself. I'm under his protection.
We both know something stinks about this. But you're lucky. Sir Christian says if you tell us everything, no one except us will know.
I've nothing to say to you.
We guarantee you complete impunity. Trust me, it's the best deal you can get. You'll keep your job and your reputation.
Damn, Sonny. I reckon I've got no choice but to believe you. As soon as I was made head gaffer, Amara, who works at the smelting works in Grund, came to me. He said someone wanted to talk to me. One of them. So I met this fella in the tavern in Grund, and he told me how it all works. How to cook the books like. He told me the trick was not to report some of the extracted ore, and transport it secretly to the smelters, along with the rest. He made it very clear if I didn't play along, I could have an accident. There was nothing I could do.
God be with you.
Who was that fella from the smelter who came to you?
He never told me his name, even when I asked. He's a tall bloke, stocky, pockmarked. I don't scare easy, but this bloke was terrifying.
How long has this been going on?
For some time now, definitely. I heard even former head gaffer Kircher was in on it too.
Where can I find him?
You can't ask Kircher any questions. He fell down a shaft. They say he was drunk, but I don't think it was an accident.
Do you think the Mint Master, Ulrich Vavak, is behind this?
I don't know. I've got naught bad to say about Vavak. He treats me canny whenever he shows up. He says if Christian gives us hassle, he'd sooner replace him than me. He really said that. The Mint Master himself.
Who pays you on the side? You have to pay the miners for what they actually extracted.
I get the extra chink from the smelting works. It's enough for the yakkers and for Herman.
All right. Just carry on as if nothing's happened. No one must find out we know about the fraud. Christian won't give you any trouble, nor will anyone else. Is that clear?
Clear as a bell, Mara. I'll be silent as the grave.
Careful.
Schönen Tag. Was willst du, mein Herr?
We need to talk, Herman.
And who might you be?
Henry. But that's not important. Sir Christian sent me. We found some discrepancies in the mine book.
Discrepancies?
How do you explain that the miner has extracted 100 cores of ore on the Feast of St. Petronilla, but the book only says 90?
If it says 90, there must have been 90. The book does not lie.
In that case, someone else must be lying.
Or someone just cannot count. Why are you bothering me with this? Foreman Fett counts the corpse here. Go and talk to him instead.
Bit too late for that. He confessed to everything.
Ah, so you know it is not my fault. It was Fett's idea. He came to me saying we were going to deliver more corpses to the smelters than we would report, and I would get paid for it. It was going well. I have always paid for what we put in the book. Then I got some geld from Fett on the side. On the Feast of St. Petronilla, I was afraid they would be able to tell the difference. 10 corves is 10 corves after all. Nobody at the smelting works cared at all. I am sure they are in on it too.
How long has this been going on?
Several months, maybe half a year. About since Sigismund arrived.
Is Ulrich Vavak behind this?
The Mint Master? I have no idea. I am a mere assayer. I have never even met Vavak.
Sir Christian and I agreed to investigate the matter in secret, so just act like nothing's going on. Keep doing what you're doing. We don't want to scare off the people who are actually responsible. You understand?
Yeah, I understand. I will be as silent as the grave.
I talked to Fett and Herman.
And? Did they confess?
They did. I mean, I made them. It's just as we thought. The trail leads to the smelting works.
Did you tell them to keep quiet and act as if nothing's happening?
I did.
Let's see what we've got so far. Those 10 unreported corves leave for the smelting works from here. If silver's going missing, that's where it must be happening. You'll have to go and look around, and talk to the owner, Buresh. I reckon that'll be tricky, though.
How so?
Buresh is a very cautious and clever man. I reckon he won't be happy to have someone snooping around his property. But he's the only one who can give you permission to walk round the smelting works without the guards bothering you.
Something like your letter of safe conduct. How can I persuade him to give me one?
Like I said, it won't be easy. Nevertheless, I found a way you could gain his trust, at least a little. You'll pretend to be a nobleman interested in buying some smelting works, who'd like to get a closer look at his operation.
A nobleman this time, then?
But be careful. Buresh won't be as easily fooled as the simple pitman here. You'll have to dress like a real nobleman. That means no plate armor, or, God forbid, bloody rags. But listen, don't carry a weapon. Buresh has a morbid fear of someone threatening him. That's why he has a bodyguard with him at all times. You must come to him dressed to the nines and act impeccably, so as not to arouse the slightest suspicion. In short, be charismatic as you can manage.
What should I wear?
Like I said, some decent clothes. I reckon if you don't have anything of the sort, visit a tailor in town. I'm sure if you're charismatic enough, Buresh is sure to believe you're in, and make sure you wash up before you go. You can't go.
What else should I know about the smelting works before I go?
In the smelting works, ore from the mines is crushed, ground, and then smelted. They extract silver along with all sorts of other materials from it. Then they give part of the silver to the king for the minting of groschen and sell off the rest, along with the other materials, to craftsmen.
What should I know about this Buresh before I talk to him?
He's the slyest fox of them all. He comes from somewhere in Moravia, and he moved to Kuttenberg a few years ago. He started to prosper soon after, and not even Sigismund's arrival stopped him. He quickly joined his side. Now he's doing better and better. But whether that means he's involved in something shady, who knows?
I got it.
Here, I've written you a letter of introduction. I reckon he won't be thrilled. But he won't. Ask him discreetly, in passing, how many corves he took from our mines on the Feast of St. If my guess is correct, it should be 90. You could get something out of the workers. One of them is bound to know something. When you're in the smelting works, keep your eyes peeled. I'm sure. Good luck, Henry.
You have a kind.
Hey, mutt.
God be with you, Shishka.
Look, man, for the last time, hand it over.
I don't know how it works. You knew him as much as I did, didn't you? The arrow always protected him. Aye, at least it was...
What do you need, my...
You never should have gone there. It was the worst plan ever.
Your plan. You're saying it's my fault. I could have died there too.
I'm just saying, if you wasn't so
Right.
obsessed with
What do you need?
Corel might still be alive.
Get my blood up. Don't forget who you're talking to. Why did you do that? Everyone would recognize us. Without Carol, without him, we're fucked entirely. There's no other way. Filthy vermin.
Like who?
I don't know. But when I find him, I'm gonna make him hurt. I'll be done with you in a flash.
Shame on you.
We're closing. No more beer. I'm closing up.
Well, this doesn't seem too bad.
Greetings to you.
You should have a light.
Hey, innkeeper, that beer.
Christ! Pardon me.
You shouldn't
I'm
be
sorry.
walking around without a light.
No end to this work.
Christ! What's the hold-up?
One beer.
Oh well. Now just this. What a night.
I'm always
Calm down. Surely there's a... reasonable explanation for this.
You could stick your reason up your ass. I told you something like this would happen. We never should have stopped bringing the offerings.
What's going on here?
As you can see, something slaughtered all these cows.
Not just something. It was that creature from hell. I saw with my own eyes how it fled back to its hole in the mine.
Give it a rest, would you?
I won't. What'll happen when that monster comes for us next?
Seems we've been fortunate running into you then, eh?
I'm Henry of Scallis.
I'm Marion, the local priest. You look like someone who knows how to fight and isn't scared off all that easily. Just the kind of man for the job.
Tell me what happened from the beginning. What killed those cattle?
I was in my cottage when I heard such strange noises. It made my skin crawl. So I went out and saw this. And that beast what did it running away. How am I supposed to make a living now? These cows were my most treasured possessions.
What sort of strange noises did you hear? Can you describe them in some way?
It was like someone dragging chains along the ground. Neither men nor wolves make them kinds of noises. And demons carry chains so they can catch sinners with them. Everyone knows that.
And what about you? Did you hear it too?
Unfortunately, no. I was in the church when Vladimir sent for me, saying they'd found those carcasses.
Didn't you say you saw someone running away from here?
Not someone, but something. A monster from hell itself.
Just an old wives' tale.
I swear by all that's holy, the beast ran from here straight back to the old mine.
What did the beast look like?
I only saw it from afar. But before it got lost in the thicket, I saw its giant pointed snout.
Couldn't it have just been an animal? Maybe a wolf or a boar?
Can't you see my poor girls here? What kind of wolf would leave wounds like these? Oh, and the monster ran on 3 legs.
3 legs?
Aye, as sure as my name's Vladimir.
You mentioned a pit of hell. Is that located somewhere around here?
That's just a local fable.
It's no fable. In the days when silver was mined here, terrible misfortune took place in the mine. A pit to hell itself opened up there.
The mine shuttering fell apart and the gallery collapsed. That's all.
Shuttering my arse! It was a pit to hell! Shuttering don't just blow up on its own. But hell didn't scare good old Father Richard, so he set off into the tunnels and struck a deal with them demons. Ever since then, we brought food to the mine for them every second Sunday, and they leave us in peace in return.
Father Richard was a crackpot. You're lucky to finally have a normal priest here now.
A priest who forbade us from bringing the offerings, and now you can both see where that's got us.
Where's Father Richard now?
He returned to his maker not long ago, and now I preach here in his place. The moment I caught word of that foolish superstition, I put a stop to any offerings.
And you can see what that caused.
It's only happenstance. This isn't the first, nor the last time that wolves dare to venture into town.
I agree with Father Marion. I grew up next to mines, and we never came across any pit to hell. And there are wolves running rampage around these parts.
Wise words.
Has anyone actually looked around in the mine?
Only old Father Richard. Nobody else has ever had the courage. The very mine shaft stinks like hell itself. So, we only ever lower a bucket down with the offering, and then clear off quick.
After the cave-in, the miners left to work in Brunn. Seems they'd no longer felt the vein was worth the trouble here.
When did all this happen?
It's got to be at least 5 years now.
And you've been taking food there ever since?
That's right. And nothing's ever happened until now. All because our new priest here forbade us from bringing offerings.
This whole thing is very odd. How do you want me to help?
The massacre of those cattle is a horrible thing. But the heresy that's been tolerated here on account of the former priest is even worse.
Old Father Richard would chase you out of town, you stuffed frock.
Marion may be young, but he's still a priest, and he deserves a bit of respect.
Thank you, Henry. Since you're the only one here uninvolved, I'd like you to go into the old mine and discover the truth of this old wives' tale.
And while you're there, take some peace offering with you. Otherwise, I wouldn't even dare going.
What am I to do with you? All right. Henry, take their offering with you as well. You'll do just as those wretches did before you, and then wait to see if any demons show their faces or not.
Wait for demons? You want to send the poor fella to his death?
Don't listen to him, Henry. Faith in God will protect you, but before you go through the mine, we'll have a look around the village. Then we'll all meet at the entrance to the mine.
All right, I'll help you. But what about the offering?
A bit of food will do. Here you go. We always lowered the food down in a bucket. The main thing is not to go down the shaft yourself, lest you anger hell.
Don't be frightened. It's just an old shaft.
You'll find it to the west of here. The whole area is deserted and most of the entrances are blocked off. You go past the mine buildings until you reach the one that's collapsed to the ground. The mine entrance is next to it. Good luck, lad. You're going to need it.
God be with you.
Go! Oh, Jesus. What a diabolical stink. All right then. Let's see if we can't lure the devil out.
Where am I? And where did all my things go? Jesus, what the fuck is going on here?
Who goes there? I am the shield of gods, demon. I am Taras. Abitinis diaboli libellios domini! I'll break every bone in your body.
You fight like an old hag!
Who goes there? I am the shield of gods, demon. I am Taras. Benedict Deus, Gloria Patri. God is with me, demon.
Enough!
Just fight!
I surrender!
You'll get no mercy from me! Just keep bleeding. Make your peace with the devil. You'll soon live. You can barely crawl. Who goes there? I am the shield of gods, demon. I am Taras. Vade Satana! Inventor et magister omnes fallatiae, hostes humanae salutis, terribilis Deus de sanctuarius. How are you still alive? Don't drag this out and die! You can't rival Taras. How are you still alive? Just keep bleeding. Vade Satana! Inventor et magister omnes fallatiae, hostes humanae salutis. Vade Satana! Inventor et magister omnes fallatiae.
So many corpses. This is where the mining accident must have happened. And that stink. Could there really be a gateway to hell here?
Henry, what happened down there?
I know this'll sound strange, but a deranged knight lives down in the mine. He almost killed me, but I managed to get away. They were bringing the supplies to him, not to demons.
I told you that there would be an explanation from our world. No demons or devils.
And what if the knight himself came from hell?
Even you don't believe that. He's just an ordinary looter and parasite.
Quiet! Do you hear that?
Lord have mercy.
That's the hellish beast! It's him!
Ready yourselves, men. Henry, you too.
Shadows and flames! You brought friends, did you, Hellspawn? It matters not. I'll take you all on!
Here he is! The one who killed the cattle!
Seize him!
Traitors. You'll all die!
Now you're gonna get it!
Come on, then!
Slice him up!
You let him on nicely!
Let him on nicely!
I'll be done with you in a flash.
You want...
Slice him up!
Nice!
This one's end
take
well
that!
for you.
Nice hit!
Let's end this, you shit!
You got him! Thanks to God and the Blessed Virgin.
Jesus. His helmet's completely stuck. I can't get it off.
You robbed that dead man!
Ah, everything's here. All right. Ah, everything's here. All right.
Sick! I'll knock your arse off!
You caught him out sweetly!
Once more and we can go home.
This won't end well.
Bye, Simmer.
It's over. The man...
Thank God. It's a shame we couldn't hold a reasonable conversation with that knight.
Maybe it's better that way.
The main thing is, old Kutna is safe once more. You're due a reward. We won't forget your help.
And I'll never forget what happened here.
I'll put in a good word for you to the other Anthony of Vysoka and Hrosnata of Rabosh could both...
Thanks.
Till we meet again.
Oh, Jesus. His helmet's completely stuck. Can't get it off.
Servus, guter Mann.
We know each other, don't we?
Oh ja, du hast recht. Seltsamer Zufall. The last time I...
You survived the attack.
Genau. Wirklich terrible it was. But unfortunately, the other fellows, Now our village has only sorrowful mothers.
Where are you headed now?
Duty calls, for I am still... Ja, natürlich. And that for...
It sounds urgent. If you have to deal with it when the gravedigger is buried...
Well, there is no one to do it for me. And worse, I can forget about riding for a while. Ja, ja. Und was ist mit dir, I heard they hounded you through the woods like vermin.
If you really want to know, Bailiff, von Burgov's a lot... And not only us. The traitor has king...
And why are you...
Because we are on different sides in this war. And we could just as well beat each other to a pulp. But there's no sense in you taking needless risks for a lord who left your village full of...
I lost many good men there. Schön. I will pretend I heard nothing. Mögen sich...
Careful. Tell me then, what did he give you for it?
I tell you, and you dob me in.
Are you crazy? Why would I dob you in?
Service is kind of slow today.
What kind of people sitting here? The customers have been singing your praises recently. I do the best I can. I'm glad to hear it. Well, when I wash their hair, I give them a head and neck massage as well, and I give their backs a proper kneading.
All the girls do that. What would you like, sir?
I need a bath.
Certainly. My baths are at your service.
I've got a few wounds that need taking care of, and I need a hot bath. And wash my clothes, too, so I don't look like a beggar.
All right, but money up front.
Let's talk about the...
Certainly.
No, only because it's you.
That's more like it. Just a bit more, and we can shake hands. Excellent. You won't regret it, sir.
Christ, those wounds! You lead a dangerous life, sir. Be careful out there. It'd be a shame if something happened to you. God be with you, sir.
Have you got anything good to drink here?
Of course I do, handsome. Would you like some? And then maybe we can have a bit of fun. How about it?
Yeah, I'll have a drink.
Here you go. Cheers.
Oof. That's some strong stuff. Ugh. What is it?
It'll make you feel real good. But now I'm interested in something else, handsome. How'd you like to have a little fun?
Why not? While I'm here? Only my throat is still burning like hell.
It happens. Just watch where you're going next time.
My friends.
I see some people just can't dress appropriately. I see some people... People just can't...
It happens. There you are.
Huh? And who might you be?
Your wife?
Haha, yeah, right. I'd recognize my wife anywhere.
You look like you couldn't even count to 4.
Ha!
How did it go?
take a gander. We've got it all. Nothing to your likings? How can I help you?
I'll have a look at your... I'd like to discuss...
Finally. Thank you, and... Come again, sir. Muslim!
Greetings, Master Buresh. I'm Henry of Scallis.
Nice clothes. You've got good taste.
Thank you, Goodman. Likewise, Christian of Pisek sent me. I'm supposed to give you this letter with his testimonial.
Skalitz, you say? That's where the royal mines are. Am I right?
You are. Unfortunately, the mining has ceased since King Sigismund's attack.
That truly is unfortunate. Christian writes that your family is interested in running a smelter. But I'm not selling any.
Well, I'd still be interested in buying one. Perhaps I could change your mind.
I doubt it. I'd be a fool to give up a profitable business. But if you like, you can visit one of my operations. I'll allow you that much. With this letter of safe conduct, you'll be able to move around unfettered. The guards will recognize my seal. But I don't want you disturbing the workers with any unnecessary questions. If you want to know anything, ask me.
Can you tell me what happens with the mined ore in the smelting works?
We weigh in the delivered ore and crush it so that it can be sorted for roasting. Roasting mainly separates sulfur from the ore, which is why the place smells like hell itself. Then the roasted material is smelted in the furnace, and the slag is separated from the matte. It's then cast into bars.
How many corves of...
We don't measure in corves here. I have several ore merchants working. When they deliver it here, we don't measure it by the corf, but weigh by the quintal. We process a large amount here, up to several thousand quintals a day.
How much silver does that?
That, of course, depends on the quality of the ore we process that. 20 quintals of ore usually yield about a pound of raw silver. We can make between 100 and 200...
Can any silver get...
That's impossible. Everything is carefully weighed and recorded. Besides, molten silver is rather hard to steal.
How many corves were delivered from Horshan, say...
Why from Horshan, of all...
I visited the mine there. They told me they'd extracted quite a large amount.
You're lucky. I have an excellent memory. It was a lot indeed.
God be with you. Good.
Don't forget, there are limits to my permit. And above all, mind you don't have an accident. God be with you, sir.
Greetings to you.
I'd like to discuss...
Aye. Happy to be of service, sir.
Here you go. Take it.
Good afternoons.
Can I spend the night? I'll pay you well.
But all I have is an old straw mattress.
That's enough for me. Let's agree on... Do we have a deal?
Look, offer a bit... Thank you.
What's life like?
We live the best we can. The silver works are operating at full capacity. If only those Hungarian bastards... That reminds me. Do you need a horse by any chance?
What's new around?
Well, Zadmira Blacksmith had one too many a while back and told me some curious things. His wife was having an affair with Tomlin Brutons from... But then she sent her Zadmir... I have no idea how things are between them. Strange thing is, Zadmir's a big fella, but Tomlin still beat the shit out of him. Don't mention it to Zadmir, but you could ask Kona, his wife. And I also know Zadmir the Blacksmith finally got himself a new... He was cursing for ages that he couldn't... Maybe he'll be satisfied. I also heard there are some disputes among the miners. I don't know what it's about, but I heard it has something to do with their traditional archery contest. If you're interested, go and see the foreman Vlak and...
Interesting you. Where can I spend...
You can sleep above the shed. There's a ladder leading up there, and there's more than enough room.
How's life been?
Fine, thanks for asking. They drink so...
So?
I'm not the type of innkeeper to get an in... God be with you. Keep the peace and we'll stay friends.
Greetings. All the delivered ore is here in one place. Nothing suspicious. It looks like it must be pure silver that's going missing. So this is how they crush ore in bulk. A corf here, a corf there. Now I can see why no one found the large quantity strange. So this is how they crush ore in bulk. A corf here, a corf there. Now I can see why no one found the large quantity strange.
Hail Mary.
All the delivered ore is here in one place. Nothing suspicious. It looks like it must be pure silver that's going missing. All the delivered ore is here in one... What does your job actually entail?
You mean smelting? Then we shovel charcoal until the stone gets... We do that over and over in other...
How do you like working in...
Aye,
What can you tell me about...
I can't complain about him, sir. He's an... From what I've heard from the other smelters, it's a...
Have you noticed...
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Does any silver...
Here? That would mean some of our lads are involved. And look, Sonny, I don't want anything to do with this.
Are you the fella that...
You have no business being here.
I'm told you know something about the silver that keeps...
Me? Meet me outside in a while. Now you better get out of here before the guards see.
Fuck. I have to have a piss. You take over here, lads. I'll be right back.
Good boy. Good boy.
Well?
Who are you, fella?
I'm Henry.
Pleased to meet you. Surely you didn't come to investigate the theft of silver?
Christian of Pisek.
The steward of the mint? And why? Because of a rumor. They say silver keeps going...
The silver must be going missing from here. I've been...
From the mines? So, Sir Christian, why should I talk to you about such things?
Look, I know my way around silver mining. I'm conducting an... Justice is blind. If someone's bypassing the production process just to stuff their purse, especially you, the grafters, the yakkers and smelters.
Right. I reckon you could be. It's Volkmar. He's the head smelter. He's worked with us for years. Recently, he bought stables here in Grund, out of the blue. The entire stables. It's all very suspicious, because he's the one with the best access. If you want to find out where the silver keeps going missing, go to him. I'll bet you he knows a thing or two about, but be careful and keep a weapon close.
Thank you. Are you Volkmar?
I'm not.
Horseshit. I know these stables are yours.
You must be the snoop who's sticking his nose in everything.
I beg your pardon?
Well, well, well. Don't think we don't know you've been snooping around. We've had our eyes on you ever since you came to Grund. Fortunately, Master Buresh warned me about you in time. Your investigation ends. Right here and now.
You shouldn't have stuck your nose in here, pal. Grund is ours.
Take him down!
Let's do it then. You'll all die. You'll be crying in pain.
I reckon someone else will be crying here. Get him!
With you. I'm all yours. Like that. Fuck that. You want to try me? Oh, good strike. I'll shoot you for also.
But...
I'm gonna gut you, you horse son!
Ah! Ah!
I'll beat you to a bloody pulp, fucker!
You wanna try me?
Are you Volkmar? I'm not. Of course you. I beg you. Well, fortune. Your investigation ends.
You shouldn't
take.
Wait. I demand an honorable duel. It's my right. I'm a knight, not some miserable bandit.
If that's your last wish, go. He wants a duel. He'll have one. I'll tear you a new arsehole, you fucker!
Now, spill the beans. You're responsible for stealing the king's silver?
Not me. It's Buresh. If I didn't play along with him, I'd lose my job. All my life. It's true. As Volkmar is my name, I swear on everything that's holy.
Take it from the beginning.
As head smelter, I test the quality of the silver that's been smelted every day. I have unrestricted access to it. One day, Buresh came to me and said he had an offer for me. He said if I accepted, he'd make me rich. He gave me his man to assist me. I'd take some of the king's silver bars and add them to Buresh's yield. The books were cooked, so no one found out anything. Everything was going well, and Buresh was happy. A few weeks later, he sent me to the mines. I was supposed to make a deal with the new foreman, Fett, and pay him off. In the end, I had to force him to cooperate, just like Buresh forced me. Oh, with threats.
Why didn't Buresh take the silver himself? Why did he need you?
The Mint Master's men watch over the transport of the king's silver. They take turns. Buresh had it all figured out.
Aren't you ashamed to steal from the king?
And which king did I steal from exactly? Wenceslas or Sigismund? I didn't care, man. I earned some nice chink, and that was that for me.
Moving on, where does the unreported silver go?
There are mined-out shafts near Old Kutna, where nobody ever goes. Buresh has a secret mint in one of them.
Did Buresh ever mention that Mint Master Vavak was involved in it?
Not in front of me. Maybe his guard, Little Neri, knew something. But you won't be able to ask him anything anymore.
They counterfeit coins in there?
Yeah, I suppose so. But what they actually do there, I've no idea. I've never been there. Buresh only told me about the mint a while ago. He wanted to send me there for some reason, so he drew me a map.
Give me the map.
Yeah, if you take the road to Old Kutna, you'll reach the place where the abandoned shafts are. The entrance to the mint is somewhere around there. Look here. Can I ask you a question? Why are you doing this anyway?
I'm convinced Mint Master Vabak is somehow involved in the whole affair. I'm looking for proof.
No, I can't help you there. I never heard Burrish say nothing about Vavak. Well, now you have the map, and since I told you everything, I know I wanted to, you know, please let me go, please. Stables be...
I'm quite sure you have coin. So pay up, and you'll be free.
Here, take it all. Thank you. I'll go to Kuttenberg and get fixed up there somehow. And if we meet again, I'll make you're a good, merciful...
Quick!
Ja!
Go!
Whoa!
Huh? What does that mutt want over here? Huh? You can't just stroll around here without so much as a by your leave. Off you go, quick! Well, are you going? Away with you! Clear off! You can't just stroll in here! Well, are you going? Away with you! Repeat it again. Get going, or there'll be trouble. If I find anything missing, I'll report you. That'll do. You'd better pay me compensation, you blackguard. You've no business here. Pay up, or I'll...
Now hold on.
You're and off you go. Out! And off you go. Out! And off you go. Out! And off you go. Out!
Well. Look who's here. I knew from the start you didn't come to the works for nothing. But I underestimated you, an embarrassing mistake. I reckoned you wouldn't find anything, and even if you did, little Neri was supposed to get rid of you.
It turned out the other way round.
Congratulations. His wife and children will surely be beside themselves with joy. What to do with you now, Snooper? We could come to a reasonable agreement, or underground no one will hear you scream.
I need evidence that Ulrich Vavak von Neuhaus is involved in this whole affair.
The Mint Master? That's not true. Wouldn't you rather discuss the price of your silence?
How much will you pay me?
Well, what's the price for your silence? Are you out of your mind? I couldn't give you that much even if I wanted to.
You can't buy me, Buresh.
That's the wrong answer.
He can't leave here alive! Finish him! Hey! You want to try me?
Ah! Fucking hell!
I'll rip your ass open!
Do it!
You're no match for us, fucker!
Come on then! I'll beat you to a bloody pulp. Oh, fucking hell! You wanna try me? That hit home! Oh, bleeding, are we? Want me to get your ma? Ah!
Have you had enough, Buresh?
Mercy! For Christ's sake, mercy!
Underground, no one will hear you scream.
No, please. I'll give you anything you want. Just let me live.
You know very well what I want from you.
But I really don't know anything.
Stop lying to my face. Out with the truth.
All right. The whole thing was Ulrich's idea. As soon as he became Sigismund's mintmaster, he got cocky and began to abuse his power. He grabbed anything he could get his hands on, took away mining rights from anyone who opposed him. Anyone who wanted to keep his station had to pay him a hefty fee. But that still wasn't enough for him. So he came to me one day with the idea that some of the royal silver might not reach the king at all.
Why did he come to you?
The citizens of Kuttenberg didn't like some blow-in turning up to replace Peter of Pisek, and they were even less happy when he started giving them trouble. He'd have a job finding any allies among them. I'm a stranger here too. I've never had it easy here either. Think what you will, but I like Vavag better than all them Rutards, Piseks, and the other stuck-up mine-owning lords.
So you agreed to help him?
Did I have any other choice? He'd destroy me and find someone else to run the smelting works. I hate to say it, but he knew who to come to.
Wasn't he afraid of Sigismund?
Sigismund came here for the silver. He doesn't care how it gets to him, as long as it does. He trusts the mint master he installed, and he's got no way of knowing something's going missing along the way. Unless someone tells him.
What was his plan?
Surprisingly simple. Bribe anyone who kept records of mining and processing to cook the books. And to keep the mint master free of suspicion, he put me in charge of this whole operation. For a tidy pile of coin, of course. In the end, it wasn't even that hard. No one had the slightest problem with earning something on the side of the king's expense. And when somebody got cold feet, we took care of him.
What are you doing with the stolen silver?
Stolen? Such an ugly word. I prefer diverted, undisclosed.
Whatever. What do you do with it?
It's used to mint groschen. Genuine groschen.
Genuine? I don't get it.
It's simple, really. Our coiners work with genuine coin dyes. We're producing beautiful, new, and especially clean groschen. No one can tell they're not from the Italian court.
About the evidence?
Yes?
I need some proof in my hands. Something that proves Favak's involvement in the scheme beyond any doubt.
And I can count on you to make sure my name is never mentioned? Will you give me your word?
You can never be sure about that. I'll leave you in suspense.
At the mercy of a stranger. What a twist of fate. Here's the key to the chest. You'll find everything you need there. It's behind that door, in the coiner's room. The key to it is right here on the table. You'd better not talk to the coiners. They're an odd bunch.
Is that all?
Aye.
I'm sure you have some... I don't know what.
I really don't have... I'll be on my way. I hope we never...
I'll be happy to...
My God, no! Now you're gonna die! You fucking coward!
I'm here to help you.
What are you doing?
Get out of here. If the guards...
You don't have to worry about the guards.
What about Master Buresh?
Buresh is dead.
Christ all...
My God!
I came to get evidence against Mint Master.
There are some books in that chest over there, but it's locked. And only...
Leave that to me. I still need the genuine coin die from you.
Everything we do here is clean.
Except you're minting using...
How are we to know where it comes from?
We're just pawns.
Nobody's saying any different. The guards are dead.
Hang on. That's...
It's just the books you're after, isn't it? Well, so take them and go.
We won't tell nobody nothing.
Why don't you want to...
We...
And we're told not to go far.
I told you, they couldn't fight for shit. You're free.
Free?
Like...
Without permission?
So?
Then we could...
I don't know.
Me neither.
Free!
Free!
away. Get out. Quiet. Go away. Get out. Quiet. Go away. You can't be here. Greetings to you. You have a kind master, eh?
Greetings. Greetings.
It's filthy again! Damn it!
Greetings.
Well, this doesn't seem too bad.
Onions, garlic, not like no other.
much. No one wants...
Go! Ka! Ja!
You must be the one that Christian sent, huh? Watch your head, then.
I got the evidence against Mintmaster Vavak.
Really? Let me see.
Here. His handwritten records of the whole scheme.
There are names, amounts paid, mines, smelting works, yields. I'll be damned. This is perfect, Henry. This could wipe him out for good. Where did you find this?
Vavak had a secret mint where coins were minted from the silver they stole. That's where he kept the books.
He obviously had it all worked out to the last detail. Remarkable. Did you have any trouble getting it?
I had a bit of a disagreement with the guards.
Sacre! Well, I suppose it was to be expected.
The owner of the smelting works, Buresh, tried...
Henry! You killed Master Buresh! Don't you know how important he was?
He attacked me. And he wasn't alone. Was I supposed to let him kill me? Christian, with all due respect, you don't stand gaping, you just defend yourself.
I get it. I do. But this still shouldn't have happened. What's done is done. There's one more thing. Was there anyone else in that mint?
There were some coiners.
Jesus Christ.
Vavak locked them up there.
My God. He really is an unscrupulous monster.
I did. But it took some persuading.
Thank God for that. When you talked to them, did you see a coin die anywhere?
They gave it to me.
I'm curious.
Here.
What the... That means all the groschen minted from the silver stolen by Vivak are absolutely clean. In any case, if only you hadn't taken Master Baresh's life. We still know damn little about his involvement in the scheme.
Maybe this could help. A letter from Lorvav.
Where did you get this? This is really the final piece of the whole story. But be that as it may, we know enough. I've been thinking it all over while you were gone. The scheme Master Ulrich Vavak von Neuhaus has been run, but it's also one of the cleverest fraudulent schemes I've ever heard of. With those books in Rittard's hands, Vivak won't remain long, and it's now pretty clear who will replace him. And a side income like that could prove useful to many people.
I'm listening.
I knew you'd understand. Everything would stay the same. Entering false figures in the books, processing the ore in the works, a secret mint, only there would be a... I'll have to find replacements for Fett and Hammond in the mines. But that shouldn't be difficult. A miner jumps at coin like a...
What happened to Herman?
Not long after you left, Herman disappeared. Then they found Fett on the spoil tip with a broken neck.
You think it's related?
Who knows? Maybe Herman told someone you were snooping around and that Fett...
Shit.
They're both gone, and now I have to. It'll be much harder to replace Master Burash. I'll have to ask Rutard and the other miners for advice, but I don't think it'll be a problem to find someone with similar abilities under the current. And I'll take care of the coiners. Nothing really changes for you. You can blackmail Vivak all you want, but keep your tongue tied about the whole scheme. I've got a little something here for you. And I'll give you something extra for the genuine coin die.
I just want to save my lord, Hans Capon.
I'm not interested in your motives, Henry. I don't know what you and Rutard agreed on. That's between... You've heard my offer. Excellent. But don't forget, you can blackmail Vivak with the evidence all you want, but here's your secret records and copies of the books from the mines and the smelting work.
Thank you.
No, thank you. It was a pleasure working with you, Henry, and give my regards to Sir Kunzling. It'll be...
Quick!
Here you are, you thief.
Quick!
Hey, what the hell are you poking around here for?
I'm Henry. Your lord's expecting me.
Ah, so you're the one. He did mention you, that's true. I'm sorry for being so harsh with you, but we were attacked recently, so we're a lot more cautious now with strangers.
Well, I understand. But I need to speak with Lord Ruthard as soon as possible.
Of course. Well, we're here, but you'll have to wait a while. As you can see, Lord Ruthard has an important visitor, and it seems they haven't finished yet.
I understand.
And what now, Martin? Did you speak to Jerome Naz?
He won't. He lent a lot of coin to Sigismund, and now he's stuck with him.
Sakra.
He's scared. As soon as he does anything to upset him, Sigismund will denounce...
Damn it! Has all his counting groschen not left room for a grain of common sense in that head of his?
Jerome is a vain man. I'm sure he's pleased. He was boasting that he'll be in charge of some church talks in the Italian court.
But you've been to see other councillors too, haven't you?
Unfortunately not. Some of them are beholding to Sigismund for their office, and some are worried about ending up...
Christ above! That's a...
Divide et impera. God knows, that ginger fox is a master of dividing and...
You are absolutely... Especially when everyone can see your problems. I've heard that Mint Master...
The devil take that bastard! He had the gall to blackmail me and...
Gentlemen, and my lady, sorry to interrupt, but I have some new tidings about our Mint Master. I've heard about his crimes against the Crown, and it's no trivial pilfering.
Are you sure the
I've got proof of everything.
Ha! God bless you, lad.
It seems that this young man came to brighten my day.
Martin, this is Henry. Henry, this is Sir Martin Odoran, Lord of Rabosh, a loyal supporter of King Wenceslas.
Sir, my friend Godwin gave me a ring for you. He said you'd help me if I needed it.
Godwin? Really? Well,
I'm not sure what you mean.
Godwin shouldn't be giving away what isn't his. But I'll help you if need be. Although not on...
Sir Kunslin!
Shimek? What's going on?
Mint Master Vavak is heading here with an armed cohort.
Right now?
Let him come. He'll be...
Henry's right. If he helps us again like last time...
I agree. Let Vavak... Shimek, place a gunner on the upper floor and a crossbowman on the stairs.
Certainly, right away.
Henry, we're counting mainly on you.
100 at least, sir.
I'll help you into your arm.
But quickly, and then go to...
What?
No. So go to your room, take your precious crossbow, and if things turn out badly, shoot any of Vavak's whoresons. If something were to happen to me, you're...
I love you, Papa. God Almighty.
Greetings, Sir Ruthard. Your gate was open, so I took the opportunity for...
No gate is closed to you, is it? But you're more than well aware of that, eh? Since you don't dare...
My men aren't here to protect me, but to enable... And today, I got the feeling that order is just what's needed.
Weigh your words, sir. One might take them as threats. And be assured, we're very well prepared today for anyone who might...
Threat? A warning, more like. Lord Ruthard, I'm offering you one last chance to surrender your mining rights to me. If not, the king will hear of the serpent you nurse in your bosom. And this time, you'll...
Enough! Do you think you can insult me in my own home? That can easily change when the king learns of the serpent you are nursing in your butt, to cite your own words. Sir?
How...
Henry, kindly inform...
The word is you're in league with Buresh of Krakowitz and Foreman Fett. Together, you've been falsifying the mining records. 1/10 of the silver ingots disappears from the records and ends up in your pockets. That's a capital crime. The king won't let you get away with that, whether Sigismund or Wenceslas.
I'd say this somewhat alters the perspective, sir. So from now on, you...
Exactly.
Are you trying to threaten the Royal Mint Master, and with nothing but common slander? You...
Well, We've not had much time for that. We've been fully occupied.
I know about your account ledgers, and the ones from Buresh. The real ones, that prove how you carried out this fraud.
You've made up those books. Or do you actually have them on you?
Of course not. Do you think we're completely stupid? We've got copies here. The original books are safely stashed away out of your reach.
Exactly. And if anything happens to us, they'll see to it that King Sigismund and the town council will hear all about Hermes Trismegistos silver skimming business.
So, do you want to chance...
Captain!
Sir!
This matter is an internal affair of the Crown and my office.
Are you sure?
Yes, damn it! Do what I say!
Let us step inside.
Gentlemen, I expect you'll keep this entire... And I expect you'll be wanting...
The executioner's far from here, so I'll be standing in for him today.
What? You can't just cut down the Royal Mint Master? Wait!
I'll give you the wrong foot. Right up your ass.
You're right. I underestimated you.
You certainly did.
The only question is, how...
Don't do anything rash, Kunslin. I understand you're angry.
That's true. Intelligent people can always reach an agreement that benefits everyone, and...
You're right. Swear you'll leave me and my family in peace, and our mining rights will
You have my word.
Good. You know what awaits you otherwise.
Right. You said intelligent people can come to an agreement.
Spy on the king?
It doesn't sound like you want to come to an agreement.
We can.
This is nothing compared to the punishment you're facing for what you've done. Either you agree to this, then you'd have to run damn far to avoid the chop.
Henry's right, so don't even think about double-crossing us.
And don't forget about your oath.
I understand.
Excellent.
Of course.
I'll take my leave too, Kunslin. I've still got some affairs to deal with today. I'm sure he'll be delighted to tell me...
God go with you, Martin. I hope we'll see... Ha ha! Now that was a good one. The mighty mint man. Oh, I can breathe a lot easier. At any rate, Henry, I'll take those incriminating books. I'll hide them in a safe.
Good idea, sir.
Thanks, Henry. You did a fine job, and I'll never forget your help.
Well, you can return the favor right away, sir.
I did. There's a secret passage leading out of Malashov.
A secret passage? That's a godsend.
He won't. We didn't even know about it ourselves for a long time. And she can best explain to you how to... She should be in a room. It's up the stairs. You'll see the door on your...
All right, I'll ask her.
Don't thank me yet. The word...
Nobody will be expecting me. Besides, I've got my spy coat on, which makes me hard to spot. I can deal with any locks. And if I come across anyone, I'll take him out without a sound.
Well, it looks like you know. I'll pray for your success.
What do you mean, in more ways?
Isn't it obvious? We've been sitting with our arms folded until now. We look helpless, and it's difficult. But if you liberate Lord Capon, right from the word will spread like wildfire throughout the land, and he'll lose a strong advantage. That would help convince some of those who are hesitant about
You're right. I hadn't thought of the other consequences. And I reckon even Jobst hasn't realized. Thanks again. As soon as I speak to Rosa, I'll head out right away. I'll get Lord Capon out of Malashov if it's the last thing I do.
You've no lack of courage, son. But you shouldn't count on that alone. Be careful. And good luck. I'll at least look at the books you brought. I'm very curious about what there is on...
I wish you a pleasant read. There's more than enough on him in there.
Got a feeling you're looking for me, Henry.
father sent me.
So I can tell you how to get to our fortress. A task for the lowest lackey, wouldn't you say? Well, you don't need to answer that.
Right, yeah. That's exactly why he sent me. But how...
What are you staring at? Do you think I was born yesterday? I was listening to you from the top of the stairs. So, this passage, it leads to the cellars, but the outside entrance is hidden underground in a forest, not far from the castle. You can find the exact place if you know where and how to look.
Is it in a cave hidden behind a waterfall?
Well, no. But it would be nice. Listen, nearby Malashov is a stud farm managed by Hashtal, an old friend of Papa's. We had a wayside shrine set up at the crossroads before...
A wayside shrine?
Are you? Never mind. It's a big white... From the shrine, you should be able to see a group of... Beyond them are the remains of an old chapel. You have to find it, and then there's a kind of... How can I describe it?
If it still stands...
I hope so too. Anyway, and now pay attention. Somewhere in those ruins is a stone cross. If you go the way the cross is pointing, you'll find another one, and again, follow the direction it's pointing. That should lead you to a small clearing. Mark, you dig there, and you should...
That's a really cunning solution. No run...
That was exactly my intention when I thought it up. Thanks, Henry. I think you're no fool, so you... And that's not all. Getting into the castle is the easy part.
You're right. Horses will...
That's exactly what I was thinking. Stop off at the stud farm I told you about, and ask Hashtal for horses. No catch. Please tell Hashtal that Papa is still paying for masses for his dead father. And even if he's not too keen, tell him we'll pay him for the horses.
You got it well figured out. Thanks.
You've done plenty to help, and now it's our turn. Papa said, you know, you might not be aware of it, but you saved us from Papa would never admit it. But alone, you've earned the right to the gratitude and friendship of our house for all time.
I'm glad I could help you and your father.
The pleasure is ours. But tell me, would you do it if you didn't need our help in return?
My lady, I'd help you any time.
Truly? In that case, you certainly won't refuse my request for a little... service? But you mustn't breathe a word of it to anyone. Understand?
I'm listening.
I wanted to ask you, since you're going to be at Malashov, if you could bring me something from there.
And what might that be?
A book. It has great value to me, and I was starting to worry it would stay there forever. But if you're going there now...
Fear not, my lady. I'll gladly tear the entire fortress apart to find that book for you.
Restraint, valiant knight. I value your determination, but this way would give yourself away immediately, and I'd remain without my book. Find it nice and quietly.
Your wish is my command.
It shouldn't be hard. The book is bound in scarlet leather and inlaid with gold. You won't find... And take this, so you don't get lost in the fortress.
Thank you.
It is quite possible you won't get back to Malashov again. So don't forget about me. And Henry, be careful.
Excuse me. God be with you.
Good day, good day. do they say? Pay, and you shall be forgiven. Have you stolen? Pay. Have you killed? Pay. Or you the devil himself?
You're not allowed here. That's it.
Greetings to you.
Swine.
You silly.
Lob sei Gott.
Let's talk about the prop.
Ja, das ist gut. Finally. Danke und viel Glück für die Zukunft, mein Herr.
What do you want? I just came to see if you're working. What? Well, it looks to me that instead of...
Was wünschst du?
What do you have? Let's talk about the...
Sehr gut. I can agree. Thank you, sir. And come again.